Okay, so we're back. So this is a box opening. This is from eBay, and so it's used. Well, maybe it's used. I don't know how. eBay is not always used. Sometimes it's just retailers or various people selling things. Maybe it's secondary market. Somebody sold it to them. They sold it out. I don't know. It is in the box, its own box as well as this. This is a Kinesis keyboard. I don't know if you know what a Kinesis keyboard is. Maybe they have others, but one of their keyboards is an ergonomic keyboard that's designed not, I'm not talking about just at an angle like this, but rather it's at an angle like this. So when you sit, think about where you put your hands just down on the table. You don't usually put them down flat, right? Even at an angle, you might set them down, it's more natural. Like a lot of the keyboards you see, the ergonomic ones, Microsoft, blah, 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 they have slight tilts in them, little tilts, but you're still pretty much face down. Still not the most natural way. Plus it also, in order to truly be comfortable with that, you kind of lift your arms and, you're trying to get that right angle, right? This is a Kinesis keyboard where it's like this. So you wouldn't have to have your arms necessarily out for maximum comfort, because you could have your arms kind of just comfortably at your side, and the natural position for your hands is kind of sitting like this. So this keyboard allows you to basically put the keyboard how you want. It's a split keyboard, obviously, but yeah. And then the one drawback to it is it's kind of an expensive keyboard. I mean, if you buy it brand new, it's like 190 bucks, 195, 200, something in that range. And then if you buy, they actually have this additional piece that actually allows you to get the full. It's like a tent. Whatever, it's supposed to hold it up in the ideal position. So I don't know why they sell that piece separate. I don't know. Maybe normally it's just flat and you can put it where you want, like a regular ergonomic keyboard, but it's flat. But if you want that tinting effect, you have to buy the additional piece, which I think is like 30 or 40 bucks. It's actually kind of pricey itself. Well, I found on eBay this keyboard that I wanted. Been wanting it for a long time. I don't have a keyboard right now because my old one kind of started wigging out. Keys weren't working. And I never actually bought another one. So I've been using the keyboard that's on my tablet or my work computer, which is just the laptop. Not the best keyboards. And I usually have a switch on my keyboard where I just switch, when I'm working, I can go back and forth between the two. Anyway, so here we go. Let's take a look at this thing. So this here is the lift kit, they call it. Now this is what allows you to lift the keyboard up, kind of in an upward position. So we'll see how that works. It goes up pretty high. You can go up to 15 degrees, which is significant height. Okay. Here we go. This is so it came in its box. Again, I don't know if it's used and they just repacked it nice, because sometimes I've kept boxes for things and then I repack them nice and sell them when I'm done with them. Usually electronic stuff like this, I don't do it as often, because usually by the time you're ready to, unless it just totally wasn't for you. And I think what happens sometimes is people get these gifts and they're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. It's like, that's not for me. Somebody gets it as a gift or whatever. But I do like ergonomic keyboards. I've used pretty much exclusively ergonomic keyboards over the last 20 or so years, and I don't like flat keyboards, flat normal standard format keyboards. Like I said, I've been using my tablet keyboard. It works, but when you're on your computer a lot, the wrists start to kind of hurt, and I don't know. I can do it. I'm a very, very efficient touch typist. I won't say I'm great, but I type pretty fast. I mean, again, it probably takes some getting used to. This is a significantly more ergonomic than your typical ergonomic keyboard. But it gets good reviews too, so it's not like, oh, this is what do you call it? A gadget or whatever you call it. But it's not for everybody. This kind of thing is something you have to get used to a little bit. I will check this out in a minute. So here you go. This is very obviously split down the middle. The right side. Actually, no, this is the left side. No, this is the right side. It just looks like a left side. I don't know. Felt like it was. I felt like just the shape. I felt like that was the outside. So not much there. It's a USB controlled keyboard, which is pretty common, pretty much standard fare. It is not wireless, which is fine. A lot of people don't like wireless keyboards and mice because they're not great for gaming, supposedly. I mean, if you're playing really fast twitch games, apparently there's a micro delay, and people don't. I don't want delays when I'm playing my games because I'm Superman gamer and I can't. I'm getting beat all because my keyboard has a 1/1,000,000th delay on the keyboard touch. Not because I'm worse than these other people. Not because they're better than me. Just because my keyboard is crap. Supposedly. Alright, so there you go. It comes with a wrist mat that you can put on. So it does look pretty good. I don't know if it looks used. I mean, a lot of times when you have these pads, you can kind of tell when they're used because, you know, they have a kind of a skin shine to them. But if you clean them up good, maybe it looks cleaned. I don't know. Maybe not. Can't really sure. But if it was used, it was used very lightly. The eBay didn't really. I don't think it said that it was lightly used. Nothing's broken. That's good. It just isn't connected right. This snaps on. There you go. There you go. There's a Kinesis keyboard. Nice touch. It's going to take a little getting used to because I'm used to all my keys being right next to each other. It's kind of hard to, you know, it's really easy to actually hit two buttons, but this one, I don't know. So now let's see what it looks like with the lift kit. See, now, like, this is broken seal, so that tells me that it's, you know, like I said, it's off eBay, so I didn't expect it to be 100% unopened. I think it's quite possible whoever's got it, opened it, tried it out, like, they're like, nah, I'm not going to use this. And so they sold it. Because, like I said, I got a pretty good deal. This is, I paid like $160. That's with shipping and taxes and whatever else you're paying. And yes, there's taxes on eBay if you're doing it from a store, and this was some kind of a store that had this product. So I'm not seeing anything that looks like it's heavily used. It does look like it's maybe, I could see some little bit of swirl marks on there, a little bit of cord impressions. So maybe it was you know, lightly used somewhere, or at least once or twice, and somebody just decided they didn't like it. We will see. Now this is the lift kit. Not as much as I expected. Let's see what it does here. Does this tell you which side to put it on? Left. Yeah, that felt wrong. Felt wrong, and that's because it was. Not difficult. Not difficult at all. So this would be maximum height. So the one drawback to being split like this might be, okay, I will say the one drawback. I don't know if it's the one drawback to being split like this is that you have, you know, I don't know how well it stays in place. That's what I'm a little worried about. I might need a mat to make, you know, kind of give it some friction. So ideally, it'd be something like this. Now, my table's not really even here. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is the ideal place to put it. Let's see. Type my name. This is not that hard to use. Assuming I know how to spell my... Trust me, I was actually going for letters. Let's see. This is not that hard to use. So if you're a touch typist, it actually kind of feels good. I like the positioning. Let's see. Apples are not that hard to eat if you can stand the redness. Enter. Send. They're like, what? Actually, I have kids that won't eat fruit because they don't like the texture of fruit. And I'm like, of all fruit? Because fruits all have different textures, right? Grapes have that little bit of a crunch with a little bit of, and they're kind of sweet, soft inside. And then oranges are just like steady texture, and or not oranges, but peaches. But they also have the fuzz, and the nectarines are smooth on the outside, but have a similar texture to peaches. Pears are softer. It's like, how can you not like the texture of fruit? They're all different. Some of them are, oranges are essentially juice with skin wrapped around them. So, I don't know. Anyway, so there you go. There's the Kinesis keyboard. I might actually do a further review and use it. Talk about it, play with it, maybe do some gaming with it. But I'm excited. I'm excited to try this. Now, here's the deal. It really wasn't in the budget, even at $160. So I gotta sell some stuff. Anybody want to buy $160 worth of Mage Cages and Mage Cages accessories from us? Go to Active Minds Games and you can help us out there. Actually, a lot of that just goes right back into the business. I rarely use that for personal stuff. In fact, almost never. My goal is to build up that so that I can make these other cases. So that's probably not the best way. I do have a Patreon if you really want to just help out. But other than that, no, I'm not asking you to buy my keyboard, but if you want to. But anyway, so yeah, check that stuff out. I do actually. We do want people to go to Active Minds Games on YouTube and Instagram, check out the Mage Cage and the X case and see what it does, and then see what we're planning, because we have some videos on there, and I'll do more videos and do stuff just like that to kind of keep promoting it. But we do want to do a Kickstarter where we do a bigger case. So you see all these cases behind me? Those are X cases and Mage Cages. They're all interconnected. They all connect together, and they all just hold minis of various shapes and sizes. They have glass cleared front doors. This is actually 24 of them all connected together in one big stand. We have Mage Cages in stock that are black, white, gray, blue even. We don't have a lot of X cases, unfortunately. Now, the only difference between the two, really, the significant difference is Mage Cages have a little shelf on the inside, so they don't work as good for the bigger figures of 60, 70 millimeters. But if you're like 40 millimeters or smaller, typically they work great. They work really good. And they will hold quite a few minis for you. We have magnetic inserts that you use with your minis to put them in the cases. I know that's getting off the topic of what we were trying to do here, but hey, check that stuff out and help us continue to do this. Help me to continue to do these kind of things for my stream, and I will do my best to try to keep it entertaining and keep it entertaining as much as my awesome personality can provide. I don't spend a lot of time on the fancies, Sorry for that. A lot of people do, and they deserve whatever backing people are giving them. That's for sure. But I do want to keep doing these things for you guys and talk about them and provide whenever I try out new things, I will gladly share my experience with you. I'm looking forward to trying out this Kinesis keyboard, and yeah, I'll do some reviews on it. Now, by the way, this is an LED keyboard with LED lighting and all kinds of other stuff. So once I plug it in, you can do stuff to it. So it's black right now, but supposedly it's got like red lights and red stuff going on, and I mean it's multicolored. I think they called them some sort of red, something red. I don't know the buttons, or maybe they're blue. Maybe, oh wait, this might have been blue. They have a blue, red, and green version of this. I don't know what that means. I think that has to. I don't know if that, because you can see obviously the buttons are not that color. So I don't know if that means that they have LEDs that are that color, or if that just means the type of button they are. It could. I seem to remember that there's a some kind of a scale of buttons that's used out there that determines how much, how sensitive they are to the touch. I don't know if this is good or bad or red or blue or whatever as far as how good one is over the others, if that's even the scale that's being used, but these are supposed to be whatever red buttons. So, or blue buttons, sorry. It's going to be a little weird to get used to the 10 key on here, because the 10 key is way over here on the left. It's not a square like most 10 keys. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then function key. Well, that's normal. And then the brightness. But hey, I'm looking forward to trying it out. Anyway, I can't tell you how great it is. It looks nice. It's comfortable. I like that. But I also don't know, how well it's going to use until I actually try it. So stay tuned, or keep aware, and I will be doing a review on it soon, because this is going from here to over here where my keyboard is, or where my computers are, and I will be trying it out, and I will be talking about it and giving my feedback as to what it can do. Maybe I'll even set it up with another stream. Till then, bye. Any what left?
The masking tape from upstairs.
Oh, you used it up?